Can you hear me all?
Yeah, good morning.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
good morning.
There are people joining, but let's
Hi, good
start
morning.
considering that we have time on the clock. Let me welcome first of all, let me welcome our speaker, Mr. Anand Patil, and let me take this opportunity to quickly introduce him. Anand is a successful executive coach. He's a certified project management professional, NLP practitioner, CSM Prince 2 Foundation certified. He has over 35 years of experience in diverse domains, including manufacturing, IT, consulting. He has been coaching professionals and mentors project managers for project and project delivery and processes for continuous improvement. Now, as you all have, joined this webinar, and they say time is money. So let's try to explore in this webinar how this can be managed efficiently. In this ever-changing technology landscape, the one who can manage time would definitely have an edge. Now, welcoming our audience is from telecom, manufacturing, consulting, engineering, and digital transformation domains. This is a short webinar, so we won't waste much of time. We'll quickly start. Just to inform you all that last 10 minutes we'll be keeping for open Q&A. And in case you have any queries, you can post in the chat. So our team would be collating all those queries, and we'll try to address all these queries in the last 10 minutes. Sure. So I hand it over to Sir Anand Patil. Please take it ahead, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Navnoj, for the wonderful introduction. And I will take it from here. This being a webinar, definitely I will not be able to get all the exercises done. But I have picked up a few exercises from my full day time management workshop. And those who are really, really serious, you can do it on the fly here itself. And that will give you a lot of value. That will give you a lot of value. And if you can really comment in the chat box after you have done the exercise or your own thought process, that will give me also energy and the team also will feel motivated. So welcome once again and thank you. So we are going to talk about energy and time management. Now you will say that, okay, the workshop is on time management and why are we talking about energy? Because it's all about energy. If the energy is managed well, then of course time is also managed. And that's why we will talk about energy management, self-management. Multiple things are included in time management and we have to take them one at a time. If at all we don't take it one at a time, we will not be able to achieve them. And then combined effect of all these particular exercises, combined effect of all these particular initiatives will take you to the next level for sure. That's my confidence because I am conducting this particular session for more than 12 years. And I have seen this particular thing happening as well. So unleash your potential, be efficient and effective. By the way, the slides which I'm going to show you, they are prepared by me, but I'm not the owner of these particular slides because all the gyan comes from the top heaven. So you are most welcome to take print screen. But if you take a print screen, make sure that you only use it because others will not know the perspective in which we have discussed it. They may misunderstand my slides. And that's why this is only request that print screen should be kept for yourself. So notes are for your personal use only. This forget it. These are my workshops, nothing very great. So we are going to see step by step. And here I would like also you to comment, okay, in the chat box so that it can be seen. Now, this is how people generally do. So some people you must have seen in your own career, in your society, they're always late. Some people are mostly late. Some people are sometimes late. Some people come occasionally late. Some people are genuinely late. Some people are on time and some people come before time. Now, this we have seen about the surrounding, the people who come in the meeting, people who are there for any of the entertainment. But have you ever considered yourself in which category do you fall in? And I don't want you to reveal it right now. First, know at which category you fall in, and you have to grow step by step to the next level. Ultimately, we all have to go to the before time level. Now, why it is essential? Generally, it is always said that any professional okay, at a say lower or medium management level, middle management level, will have around 60% appointments which are extremely important, which are extremely important. So right now I'm talking about the appointments which are extremely important. I'm not talking about 100% because 100% is not possible for anybody. I fully understand that. So I'm talking about in your case, if lower and middle class management people have 60% important appointments, say higher management people will have generally 70 to 80% important appointments, or maybe higher than that would be 90%. So there is something. Now, people who are always late, mostly late, or sometimes late, okay, these people give least importance to themselves. They even do not give importance to themselves and also to others. And that is where they start taking a lot of things lightly. So going forward, you can very well categorize people instead of these particular steps, 8 steps. We will make it into 3 categories. The next one, people who come occasionally late, they are genuinely late. Okay, these people give importance to self and others. Okay, very, very important. So occasionally they are late because there could be some genuine thing. There can be something which will go. But people who are on time, before time for all the important appointments, that the way I have said 60 or 70%, depending upon your own level and your own way of working, you can give that particular percentage to yourself. We have to be on time or before time for all our important appointments. Now, important appointment doesn't mean that it's going to be only beneficial to you, but where more than 3 people are waiting for you. There are some people who want your inputs. A meeting has been fixed, a timing has been fixed, and you cannot manage it. That is where actually the problem starts. And let me tell you, this has this has a heavy impact on your pocket. Okay, so that's my personal finance stuff, which I would not elaborate more here. We may elaborate at the end of the session. But if you are not on time, then definitely it has an impact on your finance, personal finance as well. Please keep it at the back of your mind. If you are on time or before time, definitely the people will appreciate. And more than that, you get more time for yourself. Because sometimes it may so happen that because of your habit of being on time or before time, the others have yet to come and you get some time to relax. You get some time to reflect. You get some more additional time to prepare. And that's why being on time and before time is essential. Now, this is an exercise for you, by the way. These are the time wasters which I have mentioned here. These are the time wasters which I have mentioned here. Okay, I'm not going to talk about each and every time waster now. I am going to give you only a couple of minutes for you to just list down top 3 time wasters of yours, whatever be the case. If you can find out 5, nothing like it. I don't think anybody will have all the 10, but I want you to quickly reflect on this particular list. The priority would be different for different people. This is the priority which I have just given when I have seen multiple people, when I coach multiple people, and that is this is how precisely their time has been wasted. So I'll give you a minute for you to ponder on this particular slide. So lack of priority, fear of failure, repeating same mistake, perfectionism. Now this the fourth point, perfectionism, actually kills time management. Okay, always complaining. Now this is where actually you get preoccupied by a lot of stuff because you are complaining about multiple things where you cannot handle things. Okay, worrying about what people will say. Yeah, it was a time when I was also getting into this particular stuff, comparing yourself. Uh, come what may, subtle comparison definitely happens. But is it really occupying our mind space? We should be really thinking about it. Trying to please everyone, waiting for inspiration. Now, this is one more thing. A lot of time people tend to say that, okay, I don't feel like working. I need somebody to motivate me. I need some inspiration. Again, this waiting generally is non-productive. And we have to be again careful about this particular part. So we should be inspiring ourselves. In short, the higher self motivation you have, or if you have a fire in your belly, definitely you utilize your time to the best. You utilize your time to the best. And then secondly, not living life. So anybody would like to comment on this? Anybody want to really comment in the chat box or by keeping your mic on? Anyone? Why I'm starting with this particular time waster? The reason being, if you eliminate waste, you get more time which is available for you for being productive or for producing something. And that's why these time wasters are very, very important. And we have to really be aware about these particular time wasters so that you can acknowledge. See, right now, as I told you to acknowledge two or three or maybe five. Moment you acknowledge, your brain will start processing it so well that you will definitely swing into action. This is a triple A concept which I want to really talk to. Triple A concept is make yourself aware, acknowledge, and then swing into action. And that's why this particular first exercise of the session which I gave you. Okay, I assume people have done this exercise and I am moving ahead. Now, let's understand the bigger picture of time management. Time management includes taking initiatives and managing effectively. That is time, T-I-M-E. What happens, if you do not take initiatives, the way I was told that, okay, there has to be a fire in the belly. If you don't take initiatives and if you don't manage those initiatives effectively, the time management will not happen. Many people say that, okay, we have been given a job, we have been given a work and we complete that particular work. Yes, that is somebody has given it to you, but what's your initiative? So various initiatives we also need to take in our official life and in our personal life. And these initiatives only will be the differentiator throughout. The second one which comes time management is managing self or self management. Now, if you manage yourself well, your entire life. Now, when I say career, I'm talking about 24 by 7. That means all 24 hours, we really should be managing it quite well. And I'm going to get again one more exercise done on that. The next part is time management is energy management. Now we all are been given 24 hours, and in 24 hours we all are been given energy. Now, how are we managing that particular energy? And that also is a very, very important concept. Again, one more definition I can say time management is managing food or food management. Now, just by managing your meal times, that means generally people have 3 or 4 meals in a day: breakfast, lunch, dinner, or breakfast, lunch, snacks, and dinner. Okay, these are the four. Generally, people have this particular 3 or 4 meals in a day. Of course, in between, you may be having some beverages, but I'm not counting that particular part. But these meals, if at all we plan well, and if at all we really have our meals on time, a lot of time management issues are being taken care of. And then next is a reducing wastage. And that's exactly what we have seen in the earlier slides. So if anybody is eliminating the wastages, the other things can be taken care of. And of course, if you can do everything, nothing like it. Now, when you do everything, doesn't mean that everything has to be done 100% on a daily basis. Not at all. As and when it pops up, you should be able to take care of it. And that's why my suggestion should be in this particular session, I'm going to give you multiple things. I'm going to give you multiple things out of which whichever is suitable to you, please use it. Please start using it. And wherever possible, start using other things as well. Rather than saying I'll do this or that, my suggestion either or should be removed and I'll say I will do this and that. So the more ands you will add, your time management and efficiency will start going up. Okay, now one more exercise, and I expect all of you to do this particular exercise. And if at all, if it is possible, just mention your score, okay, in the chat box so that even I can see what scores are coming in. By the way, nobody is going to use your scores against you. This is what I say. It's a flash score. So at every level, friend, family, focus, okay, friend, learning, art, spirituality, and helping. Give 20 marks to yourself. Out of 20, give marks to yourself so that you will get a score in 100%. So I'll give you again a couple of minutes to reflect on this particular part and come out with your flash score. Now, this being a webinar, I don't think I'll be able to give you all the actions of how to correct. But anyway, whatever possible, I'll definitely mention here. So quickly come out with your flash score. And once you are done, just type in the flash score. Okay. whatever percentage you get. If you don't want to give a exact score, mention whichever percentage you want to really give, nearby percentage, so that I will know things are happening. By the way, I don't have a combined access to all the chats, so somebody please help me out. That yes,
So
we have got
we have
five
a
responses.
hand raised. We have a hand raised by Anand. Anand, you have a query here?
Actually, the chat option is not there.
Oh, chat option is not there.
No.
Then you can just use what do you say? You can comment. That's perfectly fine. So I will not know who's commenting, but definitely I can hear the score. Okay, okay. Chat option is not there. Okay, fine, fine. Yep. Anyone? So I'll wait on your verbal response. That's better actually. That's better for me. Anyone? By the way, this is what I call as a 24/7 time management. And why this flash course is essential so that you know which area you really have to focus on. And once you start focusing on this particular area, your time management will be taken care of. I'll wait for
For
another
me, it
minute.
will be 60.
Okay, 60%. Fine. So now you know the specific area, right? Where it is going low. We
Yeah,
can chat afterwards. We can talk one on one once the webinar is over. Maybe for an hour or so, I can help you out. During the webinar, everything is not possible because this is a very personal score. So I'm not going to ask individual, okay,
sure, sure.
that which area you are low. No, not at all. So you are being taken care from that perspective. Anyone else would like to comment? Anybody?
70.
Sorry?
7
Hello?
0.
70%. Very good. Very good. See, you are good to go if at all you are a 60% plus. Why I'm saying 60% plus? That means you have taken care of the base. And once you have taken care of the base, I think we can really build further. So if at all it is less than 60%, then one has to really swing into action for correction. Okay. So whatever is your score, consider. Okay, now you know exact area where we really should be spending more time. Okay. Now understand the sources of energy. From where do we get energy? Okay, we get energy from Panchatattva, that is earth, space, water, air, and heat. And the percentage which has been given is just the indicative percentage. So in short, rather than saying earth, space, water, air, and heat, I'm saying that, okay, we get energy from food, from our knowledge, from relationships, from spirituality, and from contribution to the society. And all the five, if at all you manage it to the best of your ability and whatever appropriate percentage for you, okay, I definitely will tell you that you will not feel any time demotivated. Or rather, even if there is a some sort of low as far as motivation is concerned, okay, you will be able to bounce back very easily and you will be able to contribute more. Moment you start contributing more, definitely your time will be perfectly utilized. So for utilizing time, just to-do list is not essential, but managing sources of energy is also essential. Similarly, along with the sources of energy, we also should be taking care about the negative energy and positive energy. Okay, so all of us are not immune or are not surrounded with only positive energy. There are two, energy takers and energy givers. Okay, so positive and negative energies are there. I'm not going to read these two slides for you. I'm just leaving it to you for reading purpose. And these slides I have picked up from internet. My suggestion to you would be you should know that who is sucking your energy or who is giving you energy or how much positive energy you are getting from surrounding and how much negative energy you are getting from surrounding. And we all should be able to manage these particular energies. Now, there is a possibility sometimes you have been bombarded with a lot of negative energy and you cannot change your surrounding. Yes, that's possible. That's very much possible. I think that's the time we should be walk away from that particular stuff and then start being more productive in the area or in the situation where you actually can contribute. And that's why my suggestion to you would be sources of energy, positive and negative energy, and you should be aware about the people or the surrounding which is taking away your energy or which is giving you energy. And accordingly, you have to manage this particular thing. And when you manage these two things, what will happen? You will be more energetic throughout. You'll be energetic throughout. You'll be able to easily handle more work than the average person. Here, when I say average person, I'm saying the person who is operating at a 60% capacity. I'm not saying average person means below 50%. No, I'm not considering from that 60%, because of late overall productivity also has gone up because of technology, because of automation, because of so many conveniences what we have. We have to be much higher than that. Now, I will say much higher than that means I would say you should be able to operate at top 20%. That means 20 percentile. So your productivity should be 70 to 80% throughout. And once you start operating at top 20 percentile level, I don't think anybody can complain about your productivity. Anybody can complain about your performance level. Ultimately, what we do is for performing ourselves better so that we can get growth. And this is the starting point. And that's why our contribution should be higher than consumption. Our contribution should be higher than consumption. Now you'll say, what do you mean by contribution should be higher than consumption? Yes, if at all we have been expected to do a particular job in 1 hour, at that particular point in time, we should be able to deliver that particular job in 50 minutes or 55 minutes. Or if at all we are expected to deliver 100%, we should be able to deliver more than 100%. When you really go and contribute more than your consumption, you will realize you will be always noticed everywhere. Now, this contribution should be more than consumption concept in our personal life. We can say when we are driving at that particular point in time, driving with the optimum speed, driving in the same lane, applying our brakes much before allowing pedestrian to walk in. This is what you are contributing more than others. You see, a lot of people are not able to do that. Secondly, contribution is more than consumption is like, say, today morning I had my breakfast. So my job is to be productive till lunch. For certainly, when I have my lunch, I will have to be continuously being productive till my dinner time. And during dinner, if I consider that, have I really contributed during the day more than what is expected? I think I have utilized my time quite well. I have utilized my resources quite well. I have utilized the overall efficiency, okay, to the highest level. So keep this one more principle at the back of your mind. For time management, you must contribute more. When you start contributing more, you utilize your time to the best of your ability. Another beautiful slide which I got from the internet. Okay, here I will tell you how are you going to use your time, and it is given in a different color coded. Now all of you are working. Now it has been very well mentioned that time spent with co-workers, and here they are just talking about that from 25 or maybe from 22 where you start working till you are 55 or 60. Okay, you are working, you spend a lot of time with your co-workers, but even within that particular time also, okay, you spend a lot of time alone, and many people are not able to manage their time which they spend alone. You also spend your time with your partner. You also spend your time with your children. Now you see in between, whereby I'm saying from 30 to 45, there's a huge pressure on you as far as your time is concerned. Everybody would be demanding your time. And this is where actually your time management, your energy management, and your overall efficiency management becomes very important. So I really don't know the demography of this particular class and what age group people are listening to me. But my request to you would be, please consider spending time with yourself more important. Spending time with your partners, co-workers, and with your children is also equally important. And you are the one who is going to balance it quite well. Okay, and you will balance it well provided you do your own personal time management quite well. You do your personal time management quite well, your official time management will automatically be taken care of. Or you do your official time management so well that it reflects on your personal time management as well. So whichever area you find appropriate, my request to you would be, start applying improvement, continuous improvement in that particular area. Be comfortable alone. Otherwise, what happens is a lot of people start feeling lonely. It is always better to be comfortable alone than feeling lonely. When you start feeling lonely, your time will not be utilized well. your productivity will not be appropriate. So just for you to understand this, this is another thing you have to keep it at the back of your mind. The greatest gift you can give to special someone is your time. Today, for this particular webinar, all of you are listening. Okay. I am honored that, okay, you are listening to me. That means so much of a time which you are giving it to me. I have to be very much careful while giving. It's like you are giving the portion of your life that you can never bring back. Please, 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 this you have to understand. If somebody comes to meet you, the person is coming to meet you at that point in time, we should not be turning him down, or rather we should not be saying I'm busy. Not at all. Rather, the word busyness should be changed, that okay, as of now I'm working on so and so task. Is there something more important than this which I need to attend, or are you really facing any emergency where I have to be immediately available for you? Moment you start eliminating the word I am busy, the statement I am busy with some kind of a qualifiers, okay, you are respecting the other person. You are respecting the time which he is giving you. Similarly, when we are listening to somebody, when we are studying, okay, or when we are attending classes, or when we are attending meeting, or when we are doing one-to-one conversation with our boss, with our client, with our colleagues, or with our team members, at that point in time, you being available 100% is the most essential thing now. We all have come out of this particular COVID, and during this particular COVID period, we have seen our lives have gone upside down. Correct? So we really have to be careful going forward, because now even the work schedules are also been scattered, and there's a huge demand from you, okay, for delivering more, being available more by customer, by company, and maybe sometimes even by your family members as well. And that's why the time, once you start respecting, when people are giving you time, and once you start respecting their time, you will definitely find that again you are producing more, you are utilizing time most effectively. Any comment on this particular slide and the earlier two slides? Anybody? Any comments? Question answers will take later, but just comment. I just want to know comment. Anyone? Okay, I'll move ahead. Yeah, this is a very simple formula. In short, we have to swing into action. Okay, because many a times what happens, we start working, we invest time, and we don't get success. When we don't get success, we tend to feel that, okay, we have wasted our time. That's not true. We need to try again. When you try again, it goes faster again, and finally you get the success. At that particular point in time, you'll realize that the whole time which has been invested in becoming successful is most essential. But we tend to feel that, okay, success we should be getting at a very, very early stage every now and then. Of course, there are other ways of achieving success in a portion at every stage, but we will take it little later. My suggestion to you would be here. I would suggest that we need to swing into action. Unless you take action, again, you will not be able to. A lot of people go for this particular short-sighted time management. By the way, short-sighted time management is not bad. It is also essential. But along with the short-sighted time management, long-term time management is most essential. We will discuss these two particular slides right now.
Anand, we
So
have a hand
short-sighted,
raised. Anand, we have a
yeah,
hand raised by
please.
Srijika. I guess Srijika have a
Yeah, yeah,
query, right? Go ahead, Srijika, please.
please, 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 please.
Yes, I actually wanted to check regarding the slide sources of energy, Anand. You had mentioned some percentages against each element, earth,
Okay.
space, water.
Okay. Now,
What
no.
was that? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, generally we get energy. This 12 is 12%. So from food we get energy 12%. Okay. Food, water. Then the knowledge gives you energy. Now that doesn't mean that we can go without food. That's not the case. But just food will not give you 100% energy. Okay. Generally it is said that, okay, knowledge gives 6% energy. Now water, that is jal. In short, it is nothing but your relationship or your network with people, because you all are professionals. So you have a network with customers, you have a network with suppliers, you have a network with colleagues, you have a network with bosses and your team members. Now that relationship also gives you energy. Correct. Spirituality, because ultimately you have to be comfortable alone. The one slide which I was just saying, and contributing will give you fire in the belly, which I was just talking about. That without fire in the belly, it's not possible. Now, does it mean that I can eliminate the last part 4% or maybe the air 6%? No, that's not so. You have to give. You have to pick energy from everywhere, because sometimes you may pick energy from contribution only 4%. Sometimes like, for next 1 week I'm going to contribute a lot for company initiative. So you will get 10% or more. So this percentage can vary, but just know that these all these five sources are essential for you. Okay, percentage will vary from person to person, from initiatives which you are taking, or at that particular point in time what it would be. But if you see for a month or a year, you will find this is the overall percentage.
Okay, okay, got it.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Now, see one more point. Okay, we were talking about meals. Generally, people have 3 or 4 meals in a day, and
Yep.
we have generally 15 minutes per meal. If I take average, I am not picking up perfectly. So generally, we spend around say 1 hour to 1.5 hour while for having our meals. Now consider that particular 1.5 hour time vis-a-vis 24 hours of time, and you will realize, कि अरे हाँ रे, actually that much time we really are spending. So convert this particular percent into time management. Still, you will get the similar sort of stuff. Hmm?
Hmm.
Okay, by the way, thanks for telling, because I don't see hand raised here because I'm presenting. So somebody will have to really help me out. Thank you very much. So where was I? I was here. So we have to swing into action. So I was on to this particular point. Okay, so yeah, we were on short-sighted time management. Um, okay, short-sighted time management and long-term time management. Now, what I was telling you, that short-sighted time management is also equally essential, because you have to be achieving, accomplishing resource usage, either this or that. You should be faster, better, quicker. Transactional relationship, that okay, right now I need something, so let's do it. Let's form a quick team. Daily planning and monitoring, and act upon urgent things. Yeah, this is okay, but if at all you are doing this more than 30% of the time, I think you are in trouble. So I understand 20 to 30% time you are doing a short-sighted time management. Okay, but overall time management should be done. That okay, you should be working on important things. So we will see from Stephen Covey's book one particular concept which will come little later. But we should be working on important things, balancing life. So putting leadership before management. So everything when you manage, you are doing a tactical management or a short-sighted management. This is what is called as management, time management. Okay. So whereas when you put leadership, right now the way we are talking about that, okay, we will attend this particular 90 minutes webinar on time management. This is nothing but a leadership. That yes, no doubt you have a lot of things to do, but you have chosen, you have prioritized to attend this. So that's a leadership. Okay, ask yourself whether you are doing things right. That means, are you repairing something or you really are doing the right thing? Now, these are the questions are long-term time management. And in a day, if at all you do not put some time, you do not allocate time for long-term management, every time you will be sucked into this particular short-term time management. So both are essential. I'm not saying short-term is not essential, only long-term is essential, not at all. My request to all of you would be ensure that you are balancing this both appropriately. Um, Now, short term, long term, I have slightly converted, or maybe I have picked up again this from First Thing First book of Stephen Covey, where he talks about clock and compass. Many people misunderstand time management is nothing but managing our clock. That means managing our to-do list, managing our meetings, managing our day-to-day work. Okay, but clock talks about commitment, schedules, and appointments. That's one part. And I have already at the start of my seminar, start of this particular webinar, I have told you that lower and middle care management people have 60% important appointments, and we should not be late for that. So I initially started with the clock, so that the impact on your pocket, impact on your money, personal finance will not be there. Again, what's important is your compass. That is your vision, values, principles, directions, and conscious. Now, this will give you a very, very long-term solution. This will give you a long-term achievements. To begin with, you may not see the result. That's perfectly fine. But your vision, according to the vision, if at all, when you are moving forward, you won't feel that you are out of track. Okay. Time being, okay, it may look like things are going out of balance, but because you are managing your vision, values, principles, directions, and conscious, okay, you will be able to handle it quite well. When there is a gap between clock and compass, see, there's a possibility. Sometimes it may so happen that you will feel like that you are running from pillar to post and you don't have any time to really breathe. You don't have any time to look at your long-term goals, nothing of that sort at that particular time. Okay, do not look for temporary relief. Do not look for temporary relief. That means just let me time being complete it. Don't do that. Always think about giving a permanent fix. Now, when you give permanent fix, it may look like you are slightly tracking back. It may look like you are slightly tracking back, but you actually are not tracking back. But it's like you are poising to take a longer jump. And that's why both the things are important. Clock and compass, both the things are important. We have to manage it quite well. If it if there is a gap or if it goes out of balance, ensure that you think about permanent fixes. You are not thinking about short-term kind of a remedies. Please don't get into that particular thing. Another important concept is procrastination. By the way, procrastination happens. I'm not saying, but if procrastination is happening on purpose, it's a different game altogether. But if at all you are procrastinating something because you are feeling uncomfortable, because you are feeling uncomfortable, that will corrupt valuable time and energy both. Because we all are been given only 24 hours, and the energy during those particular 24 hours we must utilize. If at all we have procrastinating, that means if at all we are not doing it now, but after an hour, not after an hour, but maybe the next day, so on and so forth, that particular time is wasted. See, idling around without any need. I'm saying if you are very much tired, I can understand that you need to relax. But again, when you relax, you are again productive even that particular case as well. But procrastinating means not working on anything, just putting things to the next time slot. Not again a good sign. My request to all of you would be you have to ensure that you procrastinate as minimum as possible. And here, I would like to give you one concept. I did not prepare a slide on that, but I would like to give you one particular good concept, which many companies who are working in agile environment, they use, that is called as time boxing. This time boxing concept is the best. Time box is nothing but we have to create the slots of time, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour, or maybe day or two, whatever is appropriate. I always believe in creating a time box of say 60 to 90 minutes. And it becomes much easier for me that, okay, in 60 minutes, I complete something, I take a break. I again complete something and I take a break. Now that helps me a lot. Even in this particular class also, in this particular webinar also, I'm going to give you a break for a couple of minutes. Certainly, I'm going to give you a break for certain because it is essential for us to bounce back. Are you all with me? Now, there is a possibility that, okay, you are very much tired and you feel like procrastinating something. Come what may, I don't want to work. Don't do that. Don't do that. At that point in time, you reduce your time box from 1 hour to half an hour or to even 15 minutes. You say, I'll work 15 minutes and take a break. Even that will help you a lot. When you do that particular small time box work, that is of 15 minutes or 30 minutes or even 10 minutes, I'm coming to the lowest possible time. 10 minutes. Generally, it's not a good time box, but okay, I just suggest you complete something in 10 minutes and you will feel like, oh, I achieved these things. And when you achieve that particular point in time, you will realize that, oh my God, I'm getting a surge in energy. I'm getting surge in energy. And you will find that actually you are doing something much higher and better productive job after that particular 10 minutes time box and 2 minutes or maybe 5 minutes gap. You will find you will be more energetic. Would you like to experience this concept now? Hello.
Yes, Anand.
Shall
Yes.
we experiment this particular concept here? Just a moment. Just a moment. Give me a second. Uh, just a moment. No. So what I'm saying, since right now there are 50 people in the class, okay, and I have stopped my sharing, and I want to give you this particular experience. Now, when I'm going to give you this particular experience, I'm going to give you exactly 3 minutes, 3 to maximum 3 minutes. Okay. What I want you to do is as follows. Either you stand up, stretch yourself, or you go use restroom, come back, or if you are still in a proper stuff, send 5 SMSs to the people you have not in touch with them. either SMS or WhatsApp, whatever, but it has to be a personal, not group WhatsApp, not group stuff. Are you all with me? Hello.
Yes, sir. So Anand,
Yes.
we are time
Yes.
Yes,
boxing for
sir.
3 minutes, right?
Yes.
Yes, only 3 minutes. Only 3 minutes. So see, time as per my clock is 11:48, and I'm going to step aside. Purposely, I'm going to step aside, so I will not be in the frame. 3 minutes, exact 3 minutes. Okay,
And we
and
can
we
do
will
any
come
of
back.
the three activities you mentioned, right?
Anything. By the way, these three things only I have told you, but there is a possibility you may feel that no, no. As of now, I want to really throw out some garbage from my drawer into the dustbin. Chalega. I want you to take action, and then I'm going to tell you the principle behind this particular exercise. You will enjoy this exercise. Okay, we are on time shifting right now. I'm really doing a macro time management time, that is 3 minutes stuff, and I'm stepping aside now. Okay, once you are back, we'll discuss your experience and two principles. Last 1 minute. Okay, anyone? Hello, anybody's
Yeah.
back? Okay,
Yeah,
tell
I'm
me
back.
what happened. What did you do? I'm not into what happened to your feeling, to your internal stuff, and then I'll talk about the principle. Hello,
In a hurry.
what happened in 3 minutes? What
Feeling more
satisfaction did you
energized.
feel?
Feeling
Okay,
more
you felt
energized.
energized. Okay,
Yeah,
what else?
it's remind me about time that I have to do this activity in 3 minutes.
That's it. Okay, we are talking about time boxing right now. By the way, what I have done, I have not only given you a quick experience of time box of 3 minutes, but now you can feel that. Okay. And then there's one good book which I have read. Okay. The name of the book is 5 Second Rule. Now, this 5 Second Rule by Mel Robbins. Okay. This book I like because the concept which she talks and the concept which will be used in time boxing, I have clubbed these two concepts in this particular exercise. What she says, that okay, right now I'm just sitting and I'm feeling like, oh my God, I don't want to do anything. I'm really tired. I'm fed up. I don't have, there are a lot of things to be done, but I don't know which to start. I can't prioritize. There are multiple things happen because you are overwhelmed with the work. At that time, she says, use a 5 second rule. And I use that particular rule with you right now. Now, 5 second rule is what? I should just start saying that, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and action. So I just got up from my seat, did couple of things just now, just couple of things I have done. And this time my time box was only 3 minutes. My time box could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Generally, I tend to give time box of 1 hour. Now, what happens, this 5 second rule, that means you get up and swing into action. Don't even think any action. For example, I have to take this particular webinar. Fine. Now, my webinar will start at 11 o'clock. So I have to be here at 10:55. I use this particular rule at say 10:30. I says next half an hour, I'm going to work something. And I says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I started working on my emails. Okay. Then what happened, by the time I joined this particular webinar, I was in complete energy. When I'm in complete energy, of course, things starts quite well. So Mel Robinson's 5 second rule, that is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and action. And then whatever time box you have decided, in that particular time box, whichever things you have to really take care, start working on that. I have just given you a test of 3 minutes. My suggestion to you would be, I'm pretty certain that you will use it further. You will definitely use it further and you will enjoy this particular concept. Your procrastination will drastically reduce with these two rules. Any comments now? We spoke about Mel Robbins' 5 second rule plus time boxing, and we are talking about hitting the procrastination. Any comments now? Any feelings? Any thoughts?
Yeah, yeah. Hi. So this is Vinay here. So there is a mixed feeling. One, we've been, uh, you know, uh, specifically we've become, time conscious. That particular 3 minutes. Um, Also, I realize there is a pressure is built. I don't know some of you experience or not. I have experienced. There is a pressure is being built. All of a sudden within 3 minutes you want to do certain task and you not thought through the task can take 3 minutes or 15 minutes, but you jumped in, right? So the pressure is built. I don't know if this is the right direction or not. I would like to hear from you on this.
Yeah. See what happens, this being only 90 minutes small webinar to me, I don't have other option but to create this particular pressure. You start using this particular concept. Now you have your to-do list in place. Now that is the next exercise which we are going to do. You have your to-do list in place. You have got things which are at the back of your mind, and you know that you have not contacted some people and you are feeling slightly guilty about it. So I says, okay, just have a 5 minute time box and just jump into it and send them some message. That's it. Once you do it, you get the energy from finitiative. You have completed the action. The action is not ongoing. Work in progress nahi hai. And that's why right now the pressure is built because we have a limited time. But going forward, there will not be pressure. You are just, that, okay, there are so many things in front of me. I am not taking action at all. And that's why you have gone with the 5 second rule. And you said, okay, for next 1 hour, I'm going to work. And then you start ticking, tuck, 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 tuck. That's it. You have been done.
Sure.
Hmm?
Thanks,
So
Anand.
yeah, I know, I have created a pressure, but see, I also need to create something so that the energy has been built. Okay, so procrastination will be taken care of for certain. Okay, now here I clearly remember. Can I tell you one small example or maybe a case study? I did my time management workshop with Dr. N.H. Atreya. Okay, I'm talking about 1990s time frame. At that point in time, he told us a story of $25,000 formula. A $25,000 formula, we were like, oh, in 1990 it was a very big money. Even now also it is a big money. So he says there was a CEO, a very it's American story obviously. There was a CEO who was very efficient, working a lot, and he was working really fantastically. There was no doubt about it. But see, some of the board members felt that if at all this CEO works like this, okay, in the long term he will ruin his health. And if at all we lose this particular CEO due to illness, it is not good for the company. Now, see, the board of directors thinks further, very, very long term. According to them, This CEO we want for a longer term, and somehow that he's working so much, he's burning from both the side. His candle is burning from both the side, which is not good for the company. Okay, he's productive, he's giving us benefits, everything is fine. So they decided to have a expensive consultant for this CEO, and they informed him that so and so date the consultant will come, and you have to spare some time and you have to learn some time management concepts from him. He said, okay, but I don't have time. And the consultant arrived. When the consultant arrived, he said, see, I'm busy. There are so many things I have to do. There are so many meetings, so many calls, vagara, vagara, vagara. And he says, I'm not going to give you any time at all. So maybe you can go. I'll pay your fees, whatever is your fees. You give me the quick prescription that what 5 things I have to do, and you just go. He says, no, no, I'm not going to go. I'm going to wait here. He says, yeah, you're most welcome to wait on the sofa. And this consultant was observing. He was observing continuously. This person was working productive, fantastic. A lot of people were coming, seeking his uh, advice. Things were happening. And in the lunchtime, finally, the consultant asked him that, are you going to have lunch or not? No, he says, I'm going to have working lunch.
Sorry, मैं पहचाना नहीं.
And the consultant said, don't have working lunch, at least for today, for at least 10 minutes, have lunch with me. Keep everything aside. And during this particular lunch time, I will give you a suggestion. And he said, okay, okay. But he says, I don't have time. My secretary has to be here because I have to dictate her something. He says, fine, let secretary also be here. And while having lunch, he was instructing secretary. This person was talking. And finally, he said, okay, I can clearly realize that you don't have any time at all. But let me give you one action which you will take. And he told his secretary that whatever he has work, okay, just prepare a to-do list. And she says, yes, to-do list is ready. And there are 200 things we have to do. He says, now you convert that particular to-do list only on a post-it sort of paper, and only 6 items should be on one paper. So she says, okay, I'll prepare it in a couple of hours. And then finally he instructed the CEO that, okay, you start ticking up. Once the first item is over, then only you're going to go to the next. Then only you're going to go to the next. And that way you will finish. So basically, rather than working on so many items, you just complete the item and start moving forward. And he said, I'm not going to take fees. Once this particular stuff becomes successful, you send me my fees, whatever was fee at that particular point in time, which was less than $100 or so. And the consultant went home. After a month, he got a check of $25,000 and a letter from CEO saying that, okay, can you come next week for lunch? So he was surprised. First and foremost thing, $25,000 is a very big amount, and he's inviting me for lunch. That was another shocker to him. He went for lunch and he said, see, this formula of 6 items on one sheet has helped me a lot. Because I'm completing one item and then only I'm going to the next, I'm putting my entire focus in completing that particular item. And during this particular period, what happened, I was supposed to be contacting a very important client, and somehow other I was postponing it. That was the item on my list that, okay, call so and so client. I called him and we got a big order because of that one call. And I don't know why I was procrastinating that particular call. And we got such a big order, and I'm just giving as an appreciation of that particular order a 0.5% of the total order cost to you. My suggestion to you would be initiatives are important, finitives are further important. And that's why 5-second rule, Mel Robinson's 5-second rule, time boxing, and ensuring that the to-do list, unless we complete one item, we are not going to jump on the next item. In short, no multitasking. Going forward, one thing at a time, completing that and moving to the next. After completing a particular stuff, if you want to take a break, please take break. I'm not going to stop you that, but please do that particular stuff. These are the 4 pillars of time management. A lot of you must be knowing that we must set goals. We already have spoke about it. Planning and prioritization becomes important. I just now spoke about $25,000 formula. Becoming quadrant 2 manager. This is a concept which I have picked up from Stephen Covey's book, but which was implemented by the president of America, Eisenhower, who was also a World War II veteran. Okay. And then overcoming obstacles and backlogs. We'll talk upon this quickly, and we will move forward. So right now, for setting goals, again, I'm going to give you a minute or 2 minutes, not more than that. Not more than that. I want you to set goals for next 12 months on all this, not just career. 2 or 3 goals per area, which I have mentioned here, whatever be the case, whatever be the case. And once you are done, just let me know that yes, we have listed down. Do list down whatever you feel appropriate. for your friends, for knowledge, for spirituality, social contribution, vacation and fun. Even vacation goal also you have to finalize. Home improvement. See, this is one thing which people don't even pay attention to. Home improvement. We'll talk about that also. It is also a great concept for time management. Business, health, family. I'll keep one for exactly 1.5 minutes. Yeah, my clock has started now. Thirty more seconds. Yep, we are done. Just tell me the number. How many you have set? Just give me number 10, 25, whatever. Anyone? Hello.
3.
Okay. 3. Fine.
7.
But then 4. Okay. But then if you really spend 15 minutes on this, you will get more than 10 or 15. Okay, we will see little later because this generally we get it done in our workshop and then we work a lot on planning as well. So this is the most important. A lot of people feel that okay, we don't have goals. Yeah, here are the goals. And a lot of people only set goals at the start of the year. That's not the right way to do. Whenever you feel like you can do this particular stuff, but then again the goals have to be set in multiple areas, not only career or only office. Okay, so we'll do this. By the way, this is how time management has evolved. And by the way, everything is important for you because now we have gone beyond 2022. That means the COVID is past. Things are changed. Things have changed drastically. And all of us have the same experience because after COVID, the experience is the same. So yeah, let's understand. The first in 1950s, when the World War II ended, okay, everything was hovering around increasing efficiency and effectiveness, more and more efficiency and effectiveness. Now that got set that everybody then came prioritization, that is quadrant 2 manager. We'll see that principle in a couple of minutes now. So quadrant 2 manager in 2000, everything become urgency, importance and significance. Is it urgent? Is it important? Is it significant? That's how precisely people started. 2000, we have seen one slowdown. Okay, I have seen 5 slowdowns in my career, but I'm talking from 2000. A lot of people know this particular slowdown quite well. Then there was one more slowdown, that is 2008 financial meltdown. Correct. At that point in time, people started talking about eliminate, automate, delegate, and action oriented stuff. Again, 2018, people started talking about procrastination on purpose. That means for some purpose we can procrastinate something, but not every now and then. Till then procrastination was seen only as a negative stuff, but now certain things of procrastination are also positive. We'll not talk in this particular webinar, but that is also very, very important. 2020, okay, there was a forced stop because of COVID. Not a good sign. I know some of us have really been hit very, very hard because of COVID. Okay, a lot of people did rewind themselves, they reviewed themselves, and people started moving on. My time management workshop or this particular webinar changed after COVID a lot because now people have a completely different and individual needs. And that's why I always tell people that, okay, think about ROTI, return on time invested. We only talk about return on investment, that is in terms of money. So I'm saying that return on time invested now onwards you have to really be thinking about. Return on time investment is very, very essential. Okay, so going forward roti is the way we have to go forward. Doesn't mean that the earlier things are not important. Earlier things also we should be doing, but going forward every time we should be really talking about what is the return on time invested. And that's why every small success repeated day in and day out will give you a bigger success. So your small effort, and that's exactly what we have seen in this particular 3 minutes small time window. What we were talking about, time boxing stuff, correct? So 5 second rule plus time boxing, we have seen it. That's a small stuff. So I'm suggesting 15 minutes to 30 minutes kind of a time box would be better. I have started doing a 1 hour time box. That definitely will help you a lot. And for this particular purpose, you have to create an ecosystem around you because you alone cannot do. So don't try to become one man army. That's okay in movies and other places, or maybe for commando, or maybe on the front line, that is a military front line. It's perfectly fine being a, but you need to create an ecosystem for becoming more effective and efficient. So efficient means utilizing good time. So you have to create an ecosystem for your work, for your decision making, for your support system, for revival, because sometimes you would be feeling for, and then for future. Creation of an ecosystem itself is nothing but the long term planning. So without ecosystem, we just cannot do this. Even for this particular webinar, okay, the way these people have organized, it's so well organized. Okay, my suggestion to it's nothing but the ecosystem is in place. We may take ecosystem for granted, but ecosystem has been created by somebody, and that ecosystem definitely helps us. Likewise, look at your ecosystems and are you really doing it? This is another powerful exercise which I'm not going to get it done now, but you can definitely take a print screen of this. This is one thing. Okay, the left hand side activities, these are all major activities of mine, which I have just listed down. Your activities could be different. I want you to really account for 24 hours of your day. Okay, these are my activities: physical fitness, traveling, rituals, sleep and rest, reading, telephones. That means, okay, meetings, sales and marketing, desk work, family time, on screen time. Come what may, we have a WhatsApp and other stuff, social media, dinner, breakfast. That means my meals. And when you start listing down your entire week, you can clearly understand where your time is going, which is not productive, which is productive. By the way, rest and sleep is also equally important. A lot of people don't give due importance to this particular portion. Not a good sign. Okay, whatever be the requirement of your sleep requirement. Some people have a 6 hours, some people have a 7 hours, some people have a 8 hours requirement of sleep. It is essential. Okay. So I'm not going to say that what is right, what is wrong, nothing of that sort. This is not the time to talk about it. But my suggestion would be do this exercise. What happened to you for the last week, and you will realize the correction will happen in the subsequent week. You do this particular exercise for 6 weeks, not more than any that. 6 weeks, you will know your own pattern very well. And then see to it that your pattern is being utilized properly. At any point in time, in any particular month or any particular week, you feel that, okay, things are not going right, things are not happening right. Do this exercise again. You will realize course correction will happen. You will realize course correction will happen. And this is where I just want to talk about. Okay, I'm not going to get this particular exercise done, but this is a standard formula which I would like to recommend. Okay, this is my percentage. Percentage can change from person to person. Being quadrant 2 manager, that means you must invest 60% of your time in planning, empowerment, creativity, and strategy. Your quadrant 1, that is urgent and important, should be less than 20%. That is crisis, deadlines, and meetings. Meetings are urgent meetings or some meetings for firefighting. I'm not saying a plan. The planned meeting will come in quadrant 2. Are you all with me? Hello.
Yes,
So
sir.
Yes, sir.
you
Yes.
look at
Yes.
your own percentage, and let me tell you, when you swing into this particular stuff, 40-50% in quadrant 2, some people say, okay, you are wasting your time. That's their problem, because certain things takes time. Within 2 to 3 weeks, you will realize that the firefighting will go down drastically. Here, the one statement which I had always used in my particular career, let me just tell you that I used to tell people, lack of planning on your part should not become an emergency for me. And many times I am telling you, a lot of you would be doing a lot of firefighting, which is not caused by your actions, but which is caused by somebody has goofed up somewhere. Any
Correct.
comments on this?
Correct.
Correct.
So sometimes you can't help it, because sometimes it may be because of something, but you should be mentioning this, that was lack of planning on your part should not be causing an emergency for you. I understand you can't tell this to your boss or boss's boss. But मन में तो बोल सकते हो ना कि this guy has goofed up. And my suggestion to you would be going forward, your follow-ups, please change it in such a way that your follow-ups should be proactive and reactive follow-up. See, many times firefighting or reactive follow-ups are more, and that causes a stress to you. That takes a lot of time of you. Start now onwards, start doing a proactive follow-ups. Proactive follow-up means sending SMSs, sending messages beforehand, reminding them that sometimes people say, "Are good yaar, you are doing a great favor to me." Fine, but you are taking care of yourself. Because if somebody else goofs up and somebody else delays, your entire schedule goes for a toss. No, that should not be allowed. And that's what precisely is a quadrant two manager. Okay, I want you to start practicing this and you will realize. And that's why what value you have provided is more important than how much time you have spent. So please, please, please consider that, okay, how much value addition you are doing. The world rewards you for value provided, not time spent. How much value you have provided, that is how precisely people will see. People are not bothered. See, there are some people who are not of good nature. They may be continuously poking nose in your work. You have to tactically really move them aside, because otherwise your time, precious time, has been taken away. So don't do that particular stuff. Don't do that particular stuff. And secondly, you may be able to do a lot of things. That doesn't mean you are supposed to be doing everything. $25,000 formula is coming over here. See, six items, certain things which you are going to do, certain things you are not going to do. And it is essential that we should prepare a list that these are the things which I'm not going to do. Okay, so please do the things as per your priority. Please do the things as per your priority. And that's why, again, this Stephen Covey's stuff, which he talks about, be self-awareness, conscience, independent will, and creative imagination. Ensure your vision, future focused, and being mission. Will not spend time here. Yes, this is an important slide, which I want you to just take a look at it. See, victim behavior and accountable behavior. Okay, victim behavior will always create pressure on you. Now, victim behavior is blame others, or maybe environment, or maybe your personal excuses. I don't want to do this. I can't do this. I wait, or maybe wait and hope something will happen right. Rather than that, when we are talking about proactive stuff or maybe accountable behavior, acknowledge reality. The way I says triple A concept: aware, acknowledge, and accept. So acknowledge, accept, solutioning approach, and make it happen. And when you start making it happen, you will realize even if you start making a small changes, positive changes, your energy level goes up. When your energy level goes up, automatically your throughput goes up. Utilization of time, or roti, becomes solid. So where do you want to be? Obviously at the right hand side. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Right. Correct. So my suggestion to you would be, whatever be the case, ab tak jo bhi ho gaya, fine. Maybe the entire day workshop, I'm not doing it with you. But this webinar itself, I'm not cutting short on any of my exercises. Whatever I get it done in the entire day, I'm just giving it to you, because see, ज्ञान तो free है यार, सरस्वती ऊपर से आती है. So nothing is mine. Everything is yours. Please. Yeah, I spoke about food management. Now this concept, you will be literally shocked. When I'm saying managing your food is important, okay, many times we don't look at it. Never ever. Okay, I'm using a very, very strong word right now. Never ever. Or let me just soften it. Okay, I'll soften it to the extent your food timing should not be changed. Whatever is your food timing. So I can tell you something that 80 to 90% of the time, 80 to 90% of the time, you must have your food at that particular time itself. If you have decided I'll have my breakfast morning 8:30, you must have your breakfast. That's 15 minute आगे पीछे ठीक है. If you have decided you will have your lunch between 12 to 1:30, you must have your lunch between that particular time. Okay. My suggestion to you would be your dinner time. My suggestion to you would be you manage your food timings correctly. The rest of the time management falls in line. So what to eat, how much to eat, what not to eat, when to eat, all these things are important. All these things are important. And you must play and relax. If you don't play and relax, again, time management and food management will not happen. Any comments on this now?
Anand, you said that you should be specific with your time for the food.
Yes.
What if I'm not hungry on some day.
Yes, that's why I just gave you 10 to 20% leeway. I'm not saying 100% possible nahi hai. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. So there is a possibility that you're not hungry as of now. So you may realize that, okay, in the breakfast, I overate. Correct? Otherwise, it will not happen. Your body will always give you the right signals. And let me tell you, between noon to 1:30 is the time where your Jatharagni, that means your hunger is at the peak because the sun is at the highest level. That is the best time to have food. But yeah, it may happen because of your certain habits, things are not possible. But whatever time you decide, 80 to 90% stick to that time. Good question. Any other comment? Yeah, most important for time management. How many rest do you take? Give me the number.
2.
4. Okay.
Rest doesn't sleep.
Yeah, sleep is one. That is physical rest. But there are other rest as well. Now onwards, ensure that you are resting every now and then. Okay. So sensory rest, mental rest, emotional rest, okay, social rest. You have to. Again, this is what I have taken from Mr. Delton's slide. It is very essential. We only consider rest means sleep. That is one type of rest. Okay. For becoming productive, it is very, very essential. Career goes something like this. We have 40 years of career. Career starts at 40 and ends at around 60. And see, around 82% people give up their career at the first failure. I'm not going to consider this concept a lot here, but I'm just telling you that plan your entire career to begin with, and then slowly and steadily come back to 5 year and 1 year planning. From 1 year planning, come down to a quarterly plan. We will talk about it a little later. ये जाने दो, ये बहुत ज़्यादा concept है. This is not we are going to consider. So yeah, this is how precisely some people's work life looks like. This is how some people's work life looks like. Whatever is your, I leave it to you. Whatever the way you are managing, I leave it to you. But you have to be more efficient. Okay. The first one, 50-50 looks good. Again, I'm not saying this way or any other way. And I think this is where we will stop because there are a lot many slides, but I have a limited time. And last 10 minutes, I am leaving it open for question answers. Thank you very much. Wonderful. So yeah, time for
Anand,
question answers.
hi Anand.
Yeah,
Can you
go ahead.
just show the previous slide?
I will.
Job
I will.
satisfaction.
Yes. You want me to cover this?
No, I just want to read this.
Okay,
That's all.
I'll cover this. I'll cover this. See, know about your personality quite well. There are 40% people who are introvert, 60% people who are extrovert. Okay, that's a reality. Okay, so what's your value? Independence, flexibility, creativity, or you are a status conscious person? What are your interests? What's your work style? And when you really club all these things together, your job satisfaction depends on this. What happens, every individual is different, and that's why in training we cover most of the things, but we answer as if we are coaching individuals, and that's how precisely it goes. So we should be aware about it. So for a paucity of time, we cannot cover the entire stuff, but this definitely has an impact. Okay, this definitely has an impact, and exercise your choice. Exercise your choice. So think about it, how you definitely want to really go about. Okay, I think we'll go for a question answers because there's a limited time. So I will not be able to cover this particular. Yeah, it's all open for you.
Thanks a lot,
Uh,
Anand. Anyone? I mean, this is an open Q&A.
Yeah.
yeah. Hi, this is Arvind. Just wanted to ask one question regarding prioritization.
Ah,
So if I get, suppose, three works at a time, and
Hmm.
all the three works are very important and I have to deliver it in time. So how can I prioritize these things?
Now here, basically, if you are getting three things from a same person, let that person prioritize. Okay, if at all you are getting three things from three different persons, okay, you need to really have a quick conference call of say 5 or 7 minutes, and then you can get the prioritization done. By the way, whenever you do any particular work, estimate how much time it takes and tell that person that it is going to take so much of a time. Now, there is a likelihood that you are working on a particular thing which is very important, and then suddenly something crops up, and people will come and tell you that, okay, just leave aside everything, do this. At that time, tell that, okay, these are the things, this is a priority list which I have already agreed with my boss or maybe with whatever the stuff. If you want to reprioritize, let's discuss, and please don't take in such kind of a situation decision alone. Involve people because stakeholders are important. So your stakeholders should be aware. And if at all you are taking a decision on the fly to change your priority, then take complete ownership. At that time, don't give excuse to the other person saying that, okay, I was working on something else. That's why this got delayed. People don't like that. And this is where the communication has to be closed.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
That was very helpful. Thanks.
Yeah.
Any other
Yeah, this
queries?
is
Any
Birendra.
other questions? Yeah, please.
Yes, yes, man. Yeah, this is Birendra and Anand. Thank you so much for this session. This was really insightful session. So one thing which I would take away from this session is like a time box. So which you mentioned,
Yeah.
right? If you put something in the time box, definitely we are able to actually do the things faster way in a faster manner, right? So couple of
Yes.
questions. One is like week at a glance, right? So you have listed
Yes.
down some of the activities. So what do you suggest? Should we start like whatever the things we are doing on day-to-day basis? We have to list down those activities, and then might we have to kind of review those things in the next day, or kind of what do you
See,
suggest?
I'll suggest one thing. I'll suggest all 24 hours you list down.
Uh-huh.
And they should
Okay.
not be more than 20 items on that. Because see, I have boxed it into 9 items for me. Sorry, 9 or 11 items. I don't exactly remember right now, because lesser the better. Because see, generally you have in the company meetings, your desk work, correct? Your customer contacts. You are giving help to your boss. You are giving help to your team members. Am I right? These are the five
Yes.
important activities in the company. Plus, at your home also there are certain things. So list down even that. Your sleep is important, your dinner is important, your family time is important. No, see, your list is becoming ready right now. Other than that, if it is something there, put it over there. See, sometimes something will crop up, something will go off. Now that list will change from week to week, but the major thing will be constant for you. Major thing could
Okay.
be constant for you. For example, if you are a salesperson, maybe in a particular week you would be doing a lot of traveling. At that time, there will not be any family time. There will not be any time for
Mhm.
say interaction with your boss. But some different thing will come up, is it not? So this week at glance will always give you a power that did I do right things? And by the way, as I said, 100% productivity I don't expect. I'm saying that okay, 70 or 80%. Are you all with me? Hmm?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
just start. बना ही लो आज ही बना लो today only you just do
Yep.
it and just
Yep.
see what last week you have done it.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you, Anand. And one
Most
thing,
welcome.
Anand, you are about to mention like home improvement, and might be there are
Ha,
some. What are the goals we
ha. I will, I will,
Yeah.
I will. For example, home improvement, what happens, see at home, our better halves or maybe our parents and other people, they are actually tired doing a lot of chores at home. Okay, this is a concept which I teach in my workshop. See, whatever time you start for office, say suppose you are starting for office at 8 in the morning. My suggestion to you would be at least 5 things you should do at home, which are useful for your people who are staying at home. Maybe your parents, spouse, your children. पांच कुछ तो चीज ऐसी छोटी छोटी चीजें which you do it for them. And whatever time you come home, maybe you are coming home at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, whatever be the time. I'm not talking about a particular time. Do some 10 things which are useful for your family members. That's what is a very, very micro home improvement, which I'm just talking. Micro. Okay, and at a macro, that means at a higher level, you want to change the furniture, you want to change the soft furnishing, you want to change some, improve upon some, you want to do some repair works at home. Now, these home improvements, people don't. People think interior decoration is everything. No, home improvement is ongoing stuff. And by the way, if you do 5 things before you step out of your home for office, you will start as a winner that yes, I have done 5 things. वो जो है ना वो 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then small time box, that will give you a lot of energy. You will be completely energy. So while traveling, if at all you are sitting in the bus or taxi, you will send 10 SMSs to people, proactive follow up. By the time you land in your office, you have been taken care of.
Thank you. Thank you, Anand.
Yep.
So Anand, it could be as small as like keeping a glass of water to your
Yes.
near your mother, your old
Yes.
ailing mother.
If she
True.
needs any kind of a medicine, keeping that, giving a medicine and saying, "के ये दवाई ले लो." It's a खड़ाक एक achievement है साहब. एक
Correct.
बड़ा achievement है वो. That's a home improvement, I can say. That's a contribution at your home. See, we don't realize this contribution than consumption because your time is limited. तो टाइम अगर 24 घंटा है उसमें क्या कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं, ये सब कर सकते हैं. और मे बी while going just sending a list to the this particular medicine shop saying that okay, deliver these medicines, I am paying you. They don't have to think about it, yeah, because they are tired. They don't have that much productivity, whereas you are productive. Contribution should always be higher than consumption. ये ध्यान में रखो बस.
Any other queries? Anyone, please?
Yes, Anand, as per the sources of energy, so we have 5 elements here, right? And
Yes.
I can see the the weightage of water, that is Jal Tattva, has 72% weightage. That is like more than combination of others.
अरे अपना बॉडी में 70% लिक्विड है.
How can we optimize this? Like, if you optimize this, I think everything will be taken care of because that is 72%.
72% in our body, that is 70%. So for example, when I have a lunch or dinner, I have my meal, I ensure that at least 50% liquid I have. Okay, and I have water every half an hour. I sip water. See, do you know I gave you a 3-minute break, not just because I wanted to have a glass of water. Otherwise, I would not have been productive now. Are you with me? So you should be sipping water. Secondly, I have converted that particular 72% water into our official stuff as network. Your network with your suppliers, your network with your customer, with your colleagues, with your friends and other people. That network is nothing but it is a Jala Tattva. You have to contribute on that as well, is it not? Your relationship with relatives is also equally important. See that particular 24-hour chart of career I did not show you because of paucity of time, but that is where we talk more on this particular portion, that how to really balance all these things.
Thank you.
Most welcome.
Any other questions, please? All right, sure. So we end up this session. Any queries in case, even if it is later on, so you're most welcome to write an email to the email ID that you have received an invitee. And before we end, I would be really, really thankful to Anand sir for this valuable session. Amazing tips. And at the same time, I really appreciate the audience because audience was very participative and we had some amazing questions which gave multiple directions and it explored more to the discussion, contributed to that. There is a small feedback link which you must have got in the invitee email. If you feel like you can just open that and put your reviews and the comments. Thanks again, Anand sir. And we look forward for more such sessions from your side. And thanks everyone for joining this, sparing your time, your valuable time.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks, participants.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.